pain for anyone who is waiting for me. Hi, YouTube is just the most unintuitive little thing sometimes, causing problems for me. So sorry, everybody who's coming in late without meaning to have been late. YouTube doesn't pay any attention to the orientation that I would like, which is really annoying. Welcome to Inktober, Inktober 2024. Here's day 1. That was backpack. Day 2 was discover. Day 3 was boots. Boots. So I'm going to put those out of the way and get a new little etcher postcard out of my box. Whatever that is there. I hope whoever was waiting just now can get back to me. Here we go. Here's a new postcard ready for today. I'm using this etcher watercolor paper. And I'm just making small little drawings. I'm going to start with paint and then we're going to continue with ink after. Inktober is the name of the game. I'm doing mixed media this year because I want to show you guys the world of possibilities, putting anything wherever you like. And as usual, you can guess what's coming. You can see what's coming, like you can imagine what's coming, as I've done on the last few, rather than me tell you what's coming right away. Hello, who's that watching? Sorry if you were on the other one just now. I constantly, mindfully, meaningfully change the settings to horizontal rather than vertical, but YouTube just doesn't pay attention to me when I prepare these things in advance and decides it knows better and just messes it all up. So it was in the wrong setting and I would like it to be in this horizontal way. Right, I've got 2 pots of water next to me, watercolor paints, and we're going to go with green and brown. I wonder if we can work out what I'm making. I'm going to go with some really bright green to start with and a big old brush. And let's see, something like this. And I'm going to, you can follow along in the same way as me or make your own thing. The prompt this time is exotic. You can try and guess what I'm trying to create if you like. Or just, you know, make your own thing, follow along, and then you get a surprise yourself as to what you've made. Or anything, really. Be free, be happy. Use what you've got. Don't worry about having super posh materials or anything. My name is Misskendaljames, and nice to see you. I'm hoping a few people join, but who knows, especially with that trouble just now. But if you're subscribed to my channel, you should have no problem. I wonder if you guys will work out what I'm making. It is the 4th of October. I took a day off of it yesterday, but I did 2 on the day before so that you could all be caught up if you wanted to follow along with me in time. And I'll try and keep ahead of things because there are some days I just can't do. I already know I can't do them. Hi Quinn, thanks for joining in. How are you doing? And are you doing Inktober? Let me know. I'm interested. I'll try not to stick my fingers in my own paint here. I've maybe done this not exactly how I'd like to, but that's fine. We try not to care too much. I'm still a little bit breathless. I've had a very heavy day of pregnancy. Feeling very heavy today, feeling tired and heavy, but being creative is excellent medicine for all kinds of feelings, I think. But I do feel bad because I feel really breathless in there, just in general. So I'm so sorry if this is not the most enjoyable audio track to listen to. You're doing fine right now. Have you been doing anything creative recently? Making book covers, I remember you saying. I'm doing this in a really warped way. That's not exactly how I would have hoped or expected, but that's fine. Whatever. Gonna let it dry, hopefully quite quickly. Just pulling this watercolor out from here with a slightly wet brush to try and make up for the fact that I didn't do it how I wanted to do it. Still trying to work out the best place to have this lighting. It's a bit tricky. And thank you everybody who's been leaving comments, catching up on Inktober whenever you're ready. Finished third page revision, book cover needs to be edited, getting close to publishing any second now. That's really cool. And how do you publish? Do you have a publisher? Do you self-publish? What are the perks? Let me know. Try and blend out those edges a little bit there. Maybe you can see what I'm making here. Feel free to guess at any point. The word is exotic. And I'm British, so think about what might be exotic to me. Oh, you have a publisher. That's very cool. What type of book is it, Quinn? Tell us the title and the details. Where can we find this book? Oopsie. We're 7 minutes in almost. Try to keep all of these in a nice short and sweet kind of format for the sake of everybody. My ability to get to them. A nice little time constraint will help create some more interesting images too. I think. Anyway, that's my theory. Gonna wash that off. Just gonna get a kitchen roll piece. Oops, just to the side. Squeeze it off. Self-published a few poetry books in the past. This historical fiction novel is called Prairie Homeland. Not published quite yet. How curious. I'm going to go in with darker green now. Kind of stronger pigment here. Let me see. That's not really what I wanted. Let me go with a drier brush. Yeah, I go with a more dry brush. We're not too worried about any kind of weird ideas of perfection. I'm not into that. Perfect is the act of creation itself. I make, therefore I am. A story about a few members of a German family who immigrate to Canada before World War I begins. Oh, you must be a well-researched person to develop such a thing. That's very cool, Quim. How curious. How interesting. How long does the research take you, or is it kind of a lifetime of understanding and absorbing? I need something else to go in that space. I'm going to leave a bit of a space here. It's really huge, isn't it? Hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you. It's awesome. Very nice. Anybody else in the chat doing Inktober? Let me know. I want to know. And in the comments after as well, for those of you catching up later. And there's a couple of people that might watch from Australia, so I'll just say that I think I'll do another live tomorrow at a much earlier time, a fair Australian evening time, because normally I don't cater towards the Australian time zones, not out of ignoring them, but just because of my schedule and such. So only super night owls really get the chance. There are some themes as to when my my live streams will happen, but on a Saturday I can do it much earlier, I think. And Sunday actually. So maybe Americans will be asleep, but Brits and Aussies and that will be awake. We'll see what I can do. Oh, Quinn says I'm doing very well here. Thank you. With this random creation I'm making. And then I'll read what else Quinn has written there. Oh, thanks. You think my leaves are looking gorgeous. You can see its leaves. What type of tree can you see? It's very loosely based on my grandfather's story, who immigrated to Canada in 1920. I think the next book may leave off where my grandpa began. Ooh, I do admire this detail. See my sausagey fingers? My fingers have gotten more sausagey in the pregnancy. And thank you very much. Oh, Quinn, your artwork is on the way. Thank you for ordering on Etsy. That was posted a while back. Let me come down here with, I'll go through this, pick up some of the colour, remove a bit of the colour here and there. See if that works. So Quinn, thank you so much for supporting me by buying some things from my Etsy shop, Misskendaljames online. And thank you so much, Rebecca, for sending me some money for the baby registry. I really appreciate it. So kind and helpful. Nappy inserts are next on my list, and also saving up for the bottle sterilizer if I gather monies from folks. So thank you so much. Trying not to be too scared about the fact that I don't get any maternity pay for being a freelance person here, and I'll be stopping doing my job because I can't really teach and breastfeed at the same time. I've decided I was going to, but I've decided that's a little bit crazy. And how often will you have a chance to have a baby? You should probably make the most of having a babiness. See how it goes. Okay, can you see what I'm making here? I think you might be able to. I have some knowledge with some personal stories of that time, research and family history all rolled into one. That's very cool. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's palm trees. So I'm doing palm trees because the word is exotic. And for me, ever since I was as young as 3, a palm tree has just been associated with foreignness and exoticness. So that's why palm trees. And I'm also using my own photo archive, my own reference pictures, and that this is something I found. This is palm trees in Singapore, actually, on my trip back to the UK last year. Well, on the way back to Japan, I was able to pop through Singapore, which was pretty cool. We're doing nice short sweet art here. We're about halfway through. Gonna get some texture in here by adding that kitchen roll there, but then I'm gonna get rid of the kitchen roll blobs because that makes it look a bit strange. But mixed media could even be removing colour, couldn't it? Yeah, that looks way more interesting. Cool. So I'm Misskendaljames on Etsy for anybody who's interested in seeing what I've got there. Lovely Mary Lou just ordered a postcard. You can order postcards to all of your friends around the world, guys, and I will post them to them. I post them in envelopes, actually. It's a little more expensive for me, so if you were to buy 2, that would really help me, if you bought 2 each time and had them posted. But 1 is fine too. I want to spread the love, share the joy. So, yeah, if you can, please do. Right, gonna add some more depth here. What makes you guys think of exoticness? Let me know. Just gonna add some darker tones on a slightly drier brush. Hi Jack, thanks for popping in. Happy Inktober. I'm at work so can't watch, but draw all the things. I shall draw all the things. Someone's got to draw all the things. I'll be the spokesperson of drawing all of the things. It's a nice chance to gather, isn't it? If each year there's an Inktober. I thought, I can't resist. I've got to come and hang out with everybody, even though my stomach is pushed over the table right now. I'm standing up. I'm breathing really unattractively, deeply in this position. Okay, we're going to come in. I'm doing more flat dry leaves here, and then we're going to come in with pen and pencil in a bit. Bring it to a nice close pretty quickly, so you can see that you can make art really quickly yourselves. You might need a little, I think it is practice. You need confidence, and you got to practice that confidence. It's quite the thing to do, actually. If you think I've got some kind of speed skill or something, it's not necessarily that. It's just practice. And also, you might have heard me say, I just don't care. I don't care what I'm drawing. I don't care what I'm painting. I'm just doing it for the sake of it. For the love of it. So try the same. Just for the love of it. You'll see the reference picture after, but the reference picture is not important. Other people you make art for are not going to be asking for your references. They're not going to do that. Let me get some yellow in here, just because I blooming love yellow. I was going to call it Lello then. I love yellow. And then I'm going to get the middle part of the leaves in and a bit more texture. But I don't want to faff around for too long over here. If I use any words you don't understand, by the way, please do ask. Thank you. I like that more than, you're so talented. I don't really, like, talent is a thing, but it's more like an interest that you progress on, right? So you just said, your confidence through years of practice is impressive. And as I've been practicing, I don't think about it as practicing. It's an interest of mine that I've just kept working on. So it's not even, it doesn't even feel like practice for me. It just feels like doing something that I want to do in my life. Right, let's get some yellow for yellowness' sake. It's going to come together very quickly. I'll show you some ways to make your art stand out. Some yellow over here, some yellow. Maybe I can do some yellow with pencil after too. If I did this again, I think I would do it quite differently, and it would look much better the second time round. I've got a big feeling it would look much better the second time around. And you know what? I could do like a November or December version of this, where I'd make every piece again. I'll make it nicer in the same amount of time. And that will reinforce that practice makes perfect. There's also the spend 5 minutes making something, spend 20 minutes making something, spend an hour making something, spend 4 hours making something, and see the difference. Sometimes it's not even that someone had a special skill or anything in that moment. It's that they gave it the time of day. If you pay me to make art, I will put all of my effort and energy into it in accordance with what I'm being paid. So better work can happen. Right, some nice pencil crayons here. Doesn't it make a huge difference in it if you're interested in it, Quinn? Like, I believe anyone can write, anyone can learn languages, anyone can learn maths, anyone can do all these different things, but you've got to, like, there's got to be a seed of interest that you've got to lean into, and it is up to you to lean into that seed of interest. And if you have the right kind of people around you, they'll coach you into it, and you never know what will come of you. And, you know, that's what makes children and adults become all kinds of different people down the line, which is very interesting, I think. Yeah, motivation. And people talk about inspiration. I never get creative block because for starters, I don't really believe in it. I don't believe in getting hungover. I don't believe in creative block. I don't believe in some of these things that just make other people sick or unable or all these other things. I mean, there's plenty that makes people actually sick and you need to go to hospitals and stuff. But it's down to you to, even if you get a really bad cold, sometimes you're out of action. And like, that's fine. To be out of action for a while is absolutely fine. But it's up to you as to whether or not you wallow in that. And it does take a lot of training, You have a breakup, you lose someone, break up with a friend, for goodness sakes. It does hurt. You do have to practice a lot to get over these things more quickly. But it's up to you. You're in control. Get a little green in here. That's not showing up because it's not dry enough there yet. That's fine. An artist is never satisfied with their work. Always a desire to improve for sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm easily satisfied. But if an artist says they're satisfied with their work, it sounds like they're being really cocky. Like, oh yeah, look at my great artwork. I never think like that, but I'm satisfied because I went through the process. I'm loving this right now, what I'm creating, even though it doesn't look how I'd make it look if I did it again or sat down without having a phone in front of it in a awkward lighting and trying to hold conversations at the same time. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Always. I do the weirdest little scribbles of nothing in my sketchbook and I'm still satisfied. This is adding a lot of depth just with pencil crayon. Inktober, but we've got pencil crayon. Okay, now I'm going to... I'm not going to ink every part of the tree. I've got some pens here that are not very special. They're just whatever is left in my collection that still seems to work somehow. Let's see. Quinn says, that's not what I meant. Sometimes the desire to make the work sometimes it is the desire to make the work the very best possible. No, you're still going to have to help me if you want me to understand what you're saying. You said an artist is never satisfied with their work. Always the desire to improve for sure. I don't have that. My desire is not in improving. My desire is in being. Just being in the moment. And that's fine. Everybody's different. So here's the ink coming in. Just a bit stronger down the middle. You know what? I think I won't outline the other ones I've been outlining. I think I won't outline the leaves. I'm going to let them do their own thing. I'm just going to outline the stems. And also, a long, long time ago in my life, well, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I just decided to be decisive. I used to be really indecisive. So, when do I finish something? When is it done? When am I satisfied? All these questions, I don't ask them anymore. I'm like, okay, it's done. Next thing. This is my favorite color. This is my favorite song. This is my favorite thing. Next thing. No dilly-dallying. Okay. Here. I will do a little outline on the trunks, even though I do really like how they look. I'm using a thinner pen. This has got some kind of texture up here. And I'll let the trunk get a little bit of grain and dots and things. For the ink part of Inktober, I do think is worth staying true to. Here we go. I do like these trunks. They've come out quite nice, I think. We're at the 25-minute mark. Just going to add a border, add my signature. Or not my signature, but like a little sign. Can you hear me sounding more and more American over the years? Can you hear that Americanness creeping in? Not from family or anything, but from existence in Japan. You know what? Let me see if I can get a light yellow to stand out on any of these leaves a minute. I don't know how much it's showing through, but worth a shot. There's some cute bell-like thing somewhere on my desk. Oh, of course it's from chocolate. It's from chocolate lint bunny bells. Here, and then we need the outline. Just using the rough pen, not being too bothered with what it looks like. It would be better. Normally I have an outline in there, don't I? So just pushing this along, no ruler, don't care. This is just a fun technique to make your art pop without even doing much. So I'm finding my own edge in there. Letting it flow through, or letting it flow through, if I was to pay attention to my home country accent a bit more. I find American English is not meaning any offence anywhere, but more lazily spoken. It's really easy to say letting it rather than letting. Letting requires more oomph from your everything. I don't know if that's a silly thing to say or not. God, this lighting at night time is really not the one. Really not the one. I'm not feeling that quality. Sorry, everybody. A little bit down here. And you know, it's a proper overhead light for this kind of thing. It's so annoying that it's not better. All of the things are proper. Okay. Down here. And the final bit before I sign it. There we go. That makes it a complete picture. I swear there's a little blemish there. Tidy that up another time. Back to the skinny pen, and I'll say goodbye. I hope you'll join me for the next couple of days. Let me put a KJ somewhere. K and a J and a 2, 4. Turn it over. Day number 4. Exotic. What do you think? As exotic as palm trees in any holiday place a British person might visit. Palm trees from Singapore. Thank you so much for Rebecca and Quinn for hanging out with me. And I hope you who watch at a later date enjoyed it. Have a good time. And leave comments and like and share as much as you can. I really, really, really appreciate it. And check me out on linktr.ee/Misskendaljames to see all of the other things I make and get links to all of the stuff. Yeah, thank you very much. Catch you later.